Subscriptions that I have to other YouTubers, and I just watched one video on Fox, Jamie Foxx, I believe his name is. Check my favorites. The last one I did. They took samples and had them investigated in a lab. Anybody that's walking on that water, you're all dead. You don't even know it yet. Anybody who's on those beaches, these guys that are reporting the news and took the samples, they're all dead and don't know it yet. All of these kids, all of these parents, everybody that's anywhere near the Gulf, you're all friggin' dead. I've posted lots of videos that get the hell out of there, that it's poison, it's toxic, and they're getting high ratings, but I don't see anybody actually moving out of the area. And this report that comes in basically says that if you're even breathing this air, it's so friggin' toxic that it's going to kill you. It's not an instant death. All of the Coast Guards, this is a message to every Coast Guard that's out there. You're dead and you don't know it. And it's just because your bosses are making you go out on those boats and protect everybody else, but while you're out there protecting, not having safety gear, which, not only do you have to watch what you're breathing and have proper masks, but your skin receives all of that toxin as well. So if you don't have the big space suits on, that's covering up your whole body, you're all friggin' dead. So, all of the workers on BP, all of the reporters that are right on the beaches, taking all of these pictures of look at these kids in the water, it's like you're dead just for being on that beach. Kudos to you, lots of love to you for trying to report the story. But at some point in time, you have to realize that reporting this news is going to kill you. Can't get it any clearer than that, but at some point you have to realize that nobody's going to come and save you. You have to save yourself. There are definite solutions, but everybody's really focused on the problems. And this is definitely a global problem because that's going into the loop current. All of the east coast of Florida, while they think they're protected, first of all, the wind blows across there. The whole eastern part of the states, all the way up through Canada, is breathing that toxic air. And the more this stuff comes out, the more they keep pushing this stuff out, the more it's going to start wiping out the globe. It's going to get into the water systems, and it's going to go in through our air, and it's only a matter of time before it hits your country. So it's do you need to start seeing thousands of people start to get ill before you see it? At what point do we want to see there's a problem? Like these truth movements, these conspiracy theorists, like people have been trying to say there's a problem, but everybody's like, I don't want to see it. It's not there. And how long does it take you? How long will it take humanity to say, we're 10 seconds away from jumping off a cliff you can't return from? And for the most part, it's, all of these rich religious people, please go up and buy some Florida land. And you want a catastrophe, well, why don't you be the first? You're praying for this, you're loving this, so go buy some land in Florida. I'm sure it's real cheap because you are the cause of this problem. Don't be praying for a catastrophe. Don't be looking forward to the end of man, because that is a sin in itself. You are part of the problem just praying and following any prophecies. A prophecy means you are walking down the path of what somebody suggested to you, and they suggested there's not a damn thing you can do about it. But if you believe in God and you believe parts of your own friggin' Bible, it says God helps those who help themselves. And I don't see anybody helping themselves. And this definitely doesn't mean that we need to have war. It doesn't mean that we need to hate those people that are doing it. I mean, just look at people that are doing the filming. They don't know what they're doing yet. They're trying to do well by reporting it, but they're still out there not protecting themselves. Clearly, if they can get things tested, they have enough money to buy better suits. You know, I'd be wearing protective suits if you want to report the news. Anybody who manufactures suits, protective gear, should be handing it out free to those people that are trying to do good. The Coast Guard, you know, these are just average people that want to earn a living to feed their families. You know, they don't want to be unemployed. Just like I've seen this other guy that's on, you know, I was subscribing. He was a kid, telling everybody he should move out, but he's not going to move out because he put a lot of money in his education and he doesn't want to lose his schooling. And he doesn't even realize that he's going to be dead before he enjoys his schooling. Coast Guard is trying to do their best. They're doing their jobs, you know, but they're listening to a boss. I can't even go out and get a job because I can't do what's wrong, and most bosses are going to tell you what to do that's wrong. So, waiting. When do people want to say, okay, what is it we can do? When do we do it? How do we do it? And it's a global thing. This is definitely not a Gulf Coast thing. This is definitely not a United States thing. This is a global thing. If you breathe air, and air is part of the planet, it's going to affect you. If you eat food, this is going to affect our food. So it's going to affect you. If you need water, which we're, what, 89% water, it's going to affect you. This is going to affect everybody. So, you know, criticize all of these conspiracy theorists, but when we start dying off, like the fish in the Gulf, then maybe that's the time we're going to say, whoops, should have paid attention, should have been a little bit more aware. And the biggest evil that I see is anybody who has any money. Anybody who's a millionaire, anybody who's a billionaire, you better start handing over your cash. You better start handing it over to a better area that's solving some of these problems, because the way we even hand out our money is wrong. And anybody that's out there in the Gulf needs safety suits. We need definite people, scientists. I know they're out there, but we need to collect them. I don't see anybody coming to me. You know, I don't see any organization that's saying, okay, let's get all the scientists in the world together and see what we can do about this. I don't see that happening. You know, publicize yourselves if you are, so that everybody can know that somebody's on the game. Anybody that's involved in any type of work in that Gulf should have suits. So if you're putting any money into something, put money into the suits. Obama definitely needs to be fired. Oprah needs to be hit over the head with a brick and see who she's doing with all her friggin' money, and saying Obama's doing the best that he can. Bullshit. That is far from the best. I could have done a better job with my hands tied behind my back, you know, knowing half as much as what I know today. I'm pretty sure a 10-year-old could do better than Obama right now. So, you know, and what he doesn't realize is he's dead. And all of these elites are dead. You know, even their bunkers, no matter how much they think they've protected themselves, they can't. They're committing suicide. You know, they don't even have a will to live. So their mentality is if I don't live, nobody else is going to live. And evil wins because we're all dead. Wake up.